touching anybody. It was terrible. Todd Monken is coming in and packing some of these new dudes up. We have to get into it. He brought on, let me see who he is. It says the Browns are hiring Danny Breyer as the new pass game coordinator. Breyer was an offensive assistant with the Ravens and worked closely with the tight end group, Harold Fannin. Monkin guys keep pouring in from Baltimore. So he's cleaning house. So these two coaches that are done, they're not the only ones.
Kevin Stefanski just completely lost his mind. Todd Monken went nuclear and cleaned house, firing his entire staff for blocking Shedur's development. This situation is absolutely wild. Drop your thoughts below about who's really trying to sabotage Shadur and which coach should get the boot next.
Once the initial shock wore off, I was fine because I had told you and everybody else that listened to us that no matter who the Cleveland Browns hired, I was going to be optimistic and open-minded. The Cleveland Browns went and got a guy that is very respected around the NFL, a guy that can relate to his players, a guy that can command and read the room, a guy that's a great football mind, and a guy that has a lot more personality than what we were led to believe. All in be all, you can't judge a book by its cover.
So here's what went down. Monken just delivered a massive blow to Cleveland's offensive structure by axing two major coaches, and listen to this. These were Stefanski's hand-picked guys. Yeah, the exact people who were supposed to elevate the Browns' offense, but instead became roadblocks in Shedur's path, are now history. Monken didn't mess around with half measures. He completely cleared the deck. Offensive line coach, gone. Passing game coordinator, eliminated. And this new hire he's pulling from Baltimore is a legitimate difference maker. Someone who actually gets what kind of system Shadur needs to flourish. This goes way beyond musical chairs. We're looking at a complete overhaul of the entire philosophy and the people executing it.
Like, there is no other path forward, though, than like trying to be optimistic about it, trying to be excited about it, giving him a chance. You know, you kind of have to do that, right? If you're a Browns fan, because he's your coach now. Like, you don't, no living, breathing Browns fan wants a coach to come here, whether they agreed with the hire or didn't agree with the hire, and wants them to fail. Like, everyone should want him to be successful and be the coach that changes the complexion of the organization. Like, I think that's at the heart of all this.
Cleveland's offense has been a train wreck for years, sluggish, boring, and brutal to watch. Monken's decision screams one message. The old approach dies now. The framework that nearly destroyed Shedur's first season is officially dead and buried. The Browns are now constructing everything around their rising star with new energy, innovative concepts, and a legitimate strategy to make him unstoppable. Here's the brutal truth about that offensive line under the coach they just dumped. Complete catastrophe. We're watching linemen who seemed completely confused on every snap, whiffing on assignments, allowing pass rushers to demolish the quarterback before he could even process the play. For someone like Shadur, that kind of so-called protection becomes a living nightmare. It destroys your confidence in record time. Sure, he showed at the college level that pressure doesn't break him, but the professional game operates on another planet entirely. When your protection crumbles every single play, talent alone won't save you. That's exactly why Monken had to eliminate the offensive line coach. He refused to watch Shadur get demolished any longer. This extends far beyond just keeping him upright. Solid line play unlocks every aspect of your attack. Without it, your entire offensive system collapses. So removing the person accountable for that disaster wasn't even a difficult decision. It was absolutely essential. Monken is ensuring Shadur gets a legitimate opportunity, not just to survive these hits, but to become elite. But here's the real shocker. That passing game coordinator who got fired was operating the exact type of conservative, sluggish, prehistoric offense that destroys talent like Shadur possesses. Picture a framework that forces the quarterback into constant checkdowns and conservative decisions instead of unleashing those explosive, momentum-shifting throws. Shedur's gift isn't only his arm strength, it's his lightning-fast defensive reads and his ability to attack every section of the field. Under that previous coach, he was trapped playing cautiously, restricted, like some backup option. Monken recognized that limitation and demolished it completely. He's importing someone fresh from Baltimore who understands how to maximize Shedur's complete skill set. This isn't minor adjustments. It's a complete transformation. The Browns are finished with playing things safe, and they're risking everything on turning Shedeur Sanders into the superstar he's destined to become. Cleveland better prepare themselves. This offensive unit is ready to detonate. Monken didn't just grab some random coach to repair the Browns' offense. He snatched Danny Langsdorf directly from Baltimore. This isn't some minor addition. Langsdorf helped develop the Ravens' tight end group and worked inside the system that transformed Lamar Jackson into an MVP. Want to understand what this means for Cleveland? It means Monken is destroying the outdated playbook and bringing in a completely different philosophy, one that demands letting Shedeur Sanders unleash everything. Forget that stale, methodical approach Stefanski's people were forcing. This is about velocity, intensity, and utilizing every single offensive weapon. Langsdorf's addition sends a clear signal. Shadur isn't just another quarterback. He becomes the foundation of a rapid, relentless offensive assault. This fresh approach focuses entirely on creating confusion for defensive units, blending play-action concepts, exploiting mismatches, and attacking vertically downfield. If you believe Shadur was restricted before, prepare to change your mind. Monken is reconstructing this offense specifically for him, finally providing the framework to reveal his complete capabilities. Shadur isn't your typical first-year player. This guy processes defensive schemes like a master strategist before the ball gets snapped. His precision, razor sharp, particularly on those timing patterns that destroy defensive coordination. But under Stefanski, all that ability got wasted on slow, boring plays that looked like weekend recreational league concepts. Stefanski's offense became a prison, confining Shadur, demanding he play conservatively when he was built to play aggressively. Monken recognizes what Stefanski couldn't or refused to accept. This offense must be constructed to showcase Shedur's incredible processing speed and surgical passing ability. Langsdorf and the Baltimore coaching tree know precisely how to accomplish that, implementing a system that's bold, flexible, and constantly pressuring the defense from multiple directions. This isn't some random decision. It's a calculated move designed to elevate Shadur from talented player to franchise-changing superstar. Meanwhile, Stefanski's cautious, plodding approach, dead weight, holding back a talent that could transform the entire organization, while Monken destroys the previous regime and constructs something dynamic for Shadur. The media and fanbase still haven't adjusted. They're busy questioning the hiring, doubting the direction, and holding on to the past like Stefanski's safe playbook was perfection. That doubt is precisely why this transformation matters tremendously. Monken isn't here to play conservatively or maintain existing standards. He's disrupting everything that limited Shadur, firing the coaches who became obstacles, and installing a new offensive philosophy that matches Shedur's intensity and skill level. The Browns' offense is transforming from a punchline to a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. And Shadur stands at the center of everything. It's not simply a coaching replacement, it's a complete revolution. Stefanski's chapter is finished, and Shedur's moment to dominate has finally arrived. Brown supporters have been disappointed so many times that believing in the organization's leadership seems impossible. And honestly, who could criticize them? The coaching search for the new leader lasted forever. 24 days of internal politics, nobody wanted to discuss publicly. General Manager Andrew Berry had his preferred candidates, but owner Jimmy Haslam forced his own selections. After all that internal conflict, they finally decided on Todd Monken. The issue is Monken seemed like the safe compromise choice. Nobody really campaigned hard to get him, which makes the entire process feel like settling, not a confident selection. That type of unstable beginning doesn't create confidence. But when you ignore the chaos and focus on what Monken is actually accomplishing, it becomes obvious this guy isn't some temporary solution. He's executing aggressive decisions, eliminating coaches without second-guessing, installing his own staff and constructing an offense built around one specific player, and that player is Shadur. Monken's actions reveal everything you need to understand. He's completely committed to Shadur, not hesitating like the previous administration did. This isn't the same slow, careful methodology Stefanski operated. It's a complete restart designed to let Shedur's exceptional abilities flourish. Let's address the offensive line disaster, because that was complete failure under Stefanski. You cannot survive in the vicious AFC North with a front line that crumbles every possession. The Ravens operate a defense like a concrete barrier. The Steelers compete with absolute physical intimidation. And the Bengals attack like everything depends on it. Meanwhile, Cleveland's offensive line couldn't maintain their positions. They missed assignments, got overwhelmed at the snap, and left Shadur vulnerable on nearly every down. For a first-year quarterback trying to establish himself, that creates a catastrophic situation. Monken witnessed this disaster and immediately cleaned house. The coach responsible for that collapse eliminated, because it's not only about keeping Shadur protected, it's about constructing a powerful, physical line that can compete against elite defenses. Shadur possesses quickness and intelligence, but even he requires time to let plays unfold. Without a line that can maintain protection, this offense cannot succeed anywhere. Monken grasps this completely, unlike Stefanski, who abandoned Shadur. Here's where things get truly exciting. Monken is installing coaches who understand how to develop a quarterback like Shadur, the type who processes defenses quicker than most quarterbacks, delivers with accuracy, and excels in sophisticated sit-ups. This isn't the conservative, predictable offense Stefanski promoted, where Shadur got restricted and reduced to a game manager role. Monken's framework is aggressive, innovative, and designed to fully exploit Shadur's speed and precision. The objective is making Shadur the offensive focal point and building a team that can challenge defenses at every level. For too long, Shadur's ability got wasted because the system didn't suit him. Now, with Monken's approach and new coaching staff, the Browns finally possess a strategy that complements what Shadur contributes. Cleveland's offense is getting a total transformation, and Shadur isn't just the future, he becomes the solution to changing the entire franchise. The period of questioning him is over. This is the opportunity he's been anticipating, and Monken just gave him the platform to dominate. Monken isn't waiting for Shadur to take the field before implementing changes. He's reconstructing the entire foundation first. That's not just coaching, that's intelligent, strategic leadership. Before Shadur even attempts his first throw, Monken is ensuring the team surrounding him is prepared to support him completely. The real transformation might be the new passing game coordinator. This person will work directly with Shadur daily, practicing concepts, reads, and route combinations. The previous coordinator, Nick Charlton, operated a system that was completely stagnant, no vertical attacks, no creativity, no motion to confuse defenses. It was the complete opposite of what Shadur requires. Enter Danny Langsdorf from Baltimore, where the offense was anything except predictable. They executed innovative, aggressive concepts with multiple formations that kept defenses uncertain. Utilizing two tight ends, play action, and vertical routes wasn't just strategy, it was a devastating weapon. This methodology perfectly matches Shadur's capabilities. His ability to process defenses rapidly, recognize opportunities, and deliver accurate throws on every pattern is what makes him exceptional. Langsdorf's system will finally allow Shadur to demonstrate why he's not just a developing rookie, but the franchise quarterback Cleveland desperately requires. The fans recognize the chaotic drama happening behind the scenes. The doubt surrounding Monken isn't because they dislike him personally. It's because the Browns' history of coaching failures has created wariness. It's difficult to forget the constant cycle of disasters with names like Freddie Kitchens and Hugh Jackson destroying the franchise. So the concerns about the hiring process make complete sense. But here's the reality. Monken isn't requesting blind faith based on promises or speculation. He's demanding evaluation based on his actual performance. And currently, he's executing all the correct decisions. Eliminating coaches who obviously weren't contributing, bringing in fresh talent from a successful winning culture in Baltimore, and most critically, constructing everything around Shadur. This is a coach with a definitive vision and the courage to implement it. The type of coach who recognizes a young quarterback's potential and commits entirely to developing it. Since Shadur represents the Browns' future, Monken's decisions prove that the organization might finally be ready to support their player properly. This isn't about playing safely or maintaining old patterns. It's about disrupting the established order and providing Shadur a genuine opportunity to develop into a superstar. Every modification Monken is implementing represents a direct investment in Shadur's success, from the redesigned offense to the fresh, coaching minds who understand what it requires to win in today's NFL. Browns fans who have experienced disappointment before have valid reasons to be careful. But Monken's bold decisions demand recognition and respect. This is the beginning of something different. It's a new chapter where Shadur isn't just the future. He becomes the centerpiece of a team constructed to win. And if Monken continues this approach, the Browns might finally be moving toward the transformation they've been hoping for. So Todd Monken is dismantling the old Browns disaster and constructing an offense designed for Shedeur Sanders to dominate completely. This isn't simply a coaching modification, it's the beginning of a new chapter. If you're ready to watch Shadur excel and Cleveland ascend, smash that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned in.